Ah, the holidays. A time for giving, a time for getting, and a time for going and going
and going and going and going and going.
When you need a break, we're here, helping you make sense of all the good and the going of the holidays. Happy holidays from all of us at ubnradio.com.
The Marla and Dave radio experience begins in 3, 2, 1.
Now, if you're ready, we will begin.
Go. Welcome to the Marla and Dave radio show. This is reality radio with a couple that keeps it real. Current events, pop culture, music, relationship, fitness, the hot topics of the day. Marla and Dave Thomas. This is the Marla and Dave radio show. Real radio. Turn up!
Welcome to the Marla and Dave show.
I'm always Marla every time we come on. Every time. Even though, Dave, you try to...
Well, last week my double D's looked a little funny when I was watching online. Oh, that wasn't me.
It wasn't you, sweetie.
Oh, that's why.
That was Layla Hathaway.
I thought my lipstick was looking fly though.
Okay, so you know what? Let's get right to it and let's hit me with my mood song, Tony. I'm ready. I'm ready, baby. Here we go.
Yeah, this is a little dance in the air. I like it.
If I had a lighter, I'd burn this mug down right now.
Well,
what about you, Dave?
Well, now that Tony has actually, you jumped right out there and you played your mood song right quick. Might as well play mine, Tony. Yeah.
What? It's a time when I come to celebrate. You hit us with a little those hoes in loyal.
Hey, wait for it. Wait for it. By a black man. Yeah,
Dave,
given the nature of things going on,
Can I ask you a question?
Shout out.
Can you just tell me
Support
what
the
those
peeps.
words? Can you help me with the lyrics right quick? Because there was a lot of confusion for me.
Well, what Stevie was saying was a lot of important things have been invented and created by black people of color.
Oh, nice. Well, he's always been conscious, and so we appreciate that. But let me first welcome you back. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the country.
Thank you.
Welcome back into my life. You do go in and out.
You guys were holding it down last week. I tried to call into the show, and actually, the phone lines were jammed.
That's because people are in love with Ratchet. Our daughter from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood shut the phone lines down.
She did.
Because people clearly like the snatch and grab or the slap and smack or whatever it is that she did that week on Love and Hip Hop. But anyway, Dave, where did you go? You landed from Germany, and we went and played with Tony. Happy birthday, Tony.
I was in Eastern Europe. Yes, happy birthday. We had a good time with Tony last night. I landed off the plane and came straight to party mode.
But
we were in Slovakia, Germany, the Czech Republic. We were in Eastern Europe.
Well, I have to say this. Last night when it was time to go to the party, and it literally, for real, I timed it. Took me 1 minute despite me poking you and stabbing you. And it wasn't until the smack that I woke you up. I thought you might have still been dreaming.
I would have been sleeping until just now if you didn't wake me up, to be honest with you.
Yes. So
we went to Poland as well. You want to give a shout out to our friend Amelia?
Amelia.
And I didn't get to see her. I'm sad.
Dave, how do you go to a foreign country where you don't really know anyone, yet you didn't see the one person that you do know? It's kind of weird. I don't understand.
Yeah,
what are you
I'm
doing?
not as communicative as you, Marla.
You're the one on a stage at a show. It's not like
you know
you
what?
didn't have
You
to
guys
communicate.
do you want me to be honest?
Yeah.
You were slaving me.
We were slaving you because we put you
wait for it.
Oh.
There's a segment about it. Wait for it.
Oh, we put you in take 6?
Wait for it.
Really, Dave?
Wait
so
for it.
This is some doghouse greed.
Oh, wait for it.
Let me tell you something, son. I have a scroll that I have built up. When Doghouse segment comes, you're not even going to be in it. I'm going to bury you this week.
We are looking forward to the conversation today with legendary comic Michael Colyar. I used to be afraid of Michael. I'm going to tell you about that later.
Yeah.
He's not just hilarious, but also a conscious comic with hard-hitting views that make you really think about the state of our community, politics, and life.
And I will say this as well. If you are in the audience, we want to remind you that the number to call us is 323
284-7826.
And here's the question I want to open with. We had a crazy M.A.D selfie survey week last week, and I just simply asked the question, are non-blacks, have they gotten too common with the use of the N-word? And you guys blew that. If you're not watching the selfie surveys, I promise you the M.A.D selfies, you're missing out. So we're going to get to that when we get back, but I want to know what your answer to that is. So start calling us now, and we're going to have you on.
You're listening to the Marla and Dave radio show on the Universal Broadcast Network. Current events, pop culture, the hot topics of the day. It's time for M.A.D News on the Marla and Dave radio show. Ladies and gentlemen, Marla and Dave.
So here's the M.A.D News, and let's tell you what's popping. Miley Cyrus and Patrick Schwarzenegger?
Yeah,
they
of course.
turned up the heat in Miami.
At Art Basel.
Right. And they were kissing? What was happening?
Well, they seem to be in extreme party mode. Now it's a toss up between who is the party addict. Is it Miley, who's she seems wild?
Okay, because
or is it Patrick? Now they're saying that she's a bad influence on him, but now it's starting to look like he might be even a worse influence on her.
Here's the other
if
thing.
that is even possible.
Who fits in to where? Because where exactly does Paris Hilton fall in the hierarchy of the triad?
Yeah,
because she was also seen kissing Paris Hilton.
Yeah, you never know. I think she kisses everybody. I can't wait to meet her. Anyway, and then you got Taylor Swift supposedly hooking up with Carly Claus, her best friend, who's the famous model.
Well, here's another question.
Everybody's just kissing everybody.
Okay, here's the question.
I can't wait.
Fellas, and I'm going to ask this right off the bat to
Would you be mad at me?
Can you spell divorce?
No,
That's not mad. It's a lot more letters.
M-I-L-E.
Okay, so here's the question I want to ask, and I'm going to start off right away with our guest, Mr. Michael Colyar, and ask him when we come back. Does bad girl behavior make good girl relationships? Can you take a bad girl and make her a good girlfriend? Is that even possible? Is it like an oxymoron that people are trying to turn a husband into a housewife?
Well, yes, you can.
Well, well, that's what's popping in the M.A.D news. Everybody's just partying out.
This ain't your mama's radio show. Can you handle the truth? Then get ready for a real radio experience. Ladies and gentlemen, Marla and Dave.
All right, with no further ado.
I'm
going to say this. My earliest memories of this man sitting here in our presence today, which, by the way, thank you for coming to the Marla and Dave show.
Thank you.
Michael, you used to shut it down on the beach to the point that
I'm telling you, I was afraid.
my husband was afraid to actually enjoy
like,
your comedy because you would just find us some kind of way.
You couldn't really walk away. It was too good. But then right when it was over, it was like, oh, he's about to pass the bucket. Oh, no. And call you out for at least a quarter mile down the beach.
Well, how long y'all been married?
Almost 27 years.
27 years. Okay, well, you know that wasn't our earliest memory, but okay.
Do you want to take me back before
Since
I
your
can
man
remember?
is here, you don't really want to talk about that earliest.
Oh, that memory.
Memory, they talking about they want to get right to it. Y'all can't get right to your guest. I've been sitting here 10 minutes. Too late to get right to it. Hey, thank y'all for letting me be here. Thank you so much. I'm on the Marla and Dave show.
We love it. First of all, we got a chance to actually really reunite and get to know you as a person and as a comedian on the Capitol Jazz Cruise.
Oh, the Capitol Jazz Cruise off the chain. They already hired me back for next year.
Oh, that's what's up.
And they should.
It's gonna be off the chain again.
If you're
so
in the
much
room, it
fun.
is.
We need to put in the bid for
Y'all need to
we
come
can
on back
as well.
too. Y'all need to come on
That's
back.
what's up.
All right, so let's get to it. First of all, we got a lot of questions that we tossed out here. Here's what I've heard on the M.A.D selfie survey. That the general consensus from those I surveyed seem to now delineate between the soft A and the hard R. What is there a
With the
difference
N-word.
between nigga and nigger?
Ooh, now we got a call in, so we're gonna get to it in a minute. So
I think it's the same level of ignorance. I don't care whether you put an R on it or drop it, put an A at the end, drop the ER. No matter what you say,
it doesn't matter what it is.
It's the same thing, But you understand, though, words are just tools that we use to communicate
Semantic.
what we want to communicate. You know, I mean, it does offend some people, but I always say we can't stop using the word nigga till we get rid of them niggas. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. But I think you use words to when it began, it was actually a weapon used against us to make us feel bad about ourselves, to hold our necks to the ground, to make us feel bad. But we have taken it and sucked all the power out of it. We kick it and spin it and flip it. Woo, that's my nigga. You see that nigga? That's a cold nigga right there. So now we've turned it into a positive thing. So it's according to the usage of the word, not the word itself. How do you use it? Rather, it is an ugly stick.
So then how do you actually delineate between who's using it one way and who's using it the wrong way, the right way?
Because of how
especially in the media.
Because of how they use it. You know, if they say, hey, yo, that's my nigga.
So if Tom Brokaw was on the news this evening in
I'm
Los
on
Angeles,
my nigga, Michael Colyar, then I'm gonna be like, whoop whoop, Tom, whoop.
We're gonna cut to my nigga.
Yeah. Now slap the hell out of him after the show, because he don't get the right to do that. Because it's just like you get to say the thing that you are. You get to play with your slang.
Right. You could talk about your mama.
Yeah, Jews talk about Jews all the time.
That's right.
They got so many Jewish jokes about each other, but let you say the Jew joke.
Shut it down.
Hmm.
You're going to be in trouble. Because it's okay if you keep it within your culture to have fun with your culture. But if it's outside your culture, then you're walking on very thin ice and you're taking a chance, a very, very good chance of getting hell slapped out of you.
So the question really is, are we as black people too sensitive? Or are you like what you're saying?
Some of y'all are.
Don't look over here.
Some of y'all are. Me, I use words however I want to use them. MF is my favorite word in the whole wide world. I love that word. I say it so much it make my teeth clean. I love that word.
Is it now hyphenated or is it two words or you just made it one word?
It's hyphenated.
Okay.
And when people hear me say it, they say, oh, man, the way you said that, I thought you couldn't say it, brother. Hey, what's up, bro? Because I love to say it because I just think that words are our tools that we just have fun with.
And what tool do you, what does that open? What is that tool? How do you work
it?
It
Really relaxes you. If I come up to you and speak to you like that, you're going to say, oh, this dude is all right. He cool. He all right.
Okay.
You know, we ain't uptight. We ain't tense. We're not locked into a box where we must speak a certain way so we feel comfortable with each other. Man, that's my mother, you know. And he's like, oh, man, that's it. All right.
What about bitch?
I try not to use that one. 'Cause I got my mama's picture in my wallet, and I try not to use that one.
Now, see, Mike,
I can't
Michael,
see any way to use that word and make it be endearing. Now, I will use it as a joke.
Okay.
If I'm doing it, but it has to be
from the stage, from your platform, you can do it.
as a comedy
Right.
reference.
Okay.
It has to be a comical reference, but I can't ever use that in speaking about a woman or in speaking directly to a woman. At least I can't. Now, I don't tell other people to do. Y'all do what y'all want to do. I'm just saying I can't because my mother is still watching me.
Yeah.
You know, so I ain't doing it.
Now, see that, now
might call you a hoe. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Especially when you're wearing the uniform.
It's Christmas. What do you want?
Yeah, I might call you a hoe 3 times. It's Christmas.
Well, you started off letting us know that you're going back on the Capital Jazz Super Cruise.
Oh, man.
What else is going on with you?
It was so good this year.
Oh,
I missed y'all.
It's good.
It was so
Michael,
good
you
this
don't
year.
get it. If you are around, it's gonna be off the chain.
Flatterer. She's flatterer.
So you
flatterer.
So you see?
It was. Well, let me tell you what happened this time. It didn't happen last time.
All right.
This time I got them to add a show because I was on it because it's a you try to keep it family as you can. It's
right.
PG.
Yeah.
But I said, can we add one show called The Dirty Dirty?
Oh,
and let me do the room in the back, the 300-seater, and the folks who just want to hear a nice adult comedy show will come. So I'm all around the ship trying to get people to come, too. I'm like, because it was
shut it down.
12:30. Yeah, and I'm like, man, y'all need to be there by midnight or you're not going to get a seat. Nah, I didn't know that. I'm just trying to make sure somebody show up and I get them in the room. When I tell you at 11 o'clock, there were 1,000 people in line for that room of 300 seats, and the second show hadn't come out with Kim yet. So it's still another 1,500 people who hadn't walked that way. So I'm walking towards the show, and I see that line. I'm like, well, where are they going? Because I know Patti LaBelle ain't on yet.
Right.
And then it's like, Mr. Colyar, we trying to get in your, I don't think it'll be enough for us to get in your room. So it became pandemonium.
Yeah.
Because all these people was getting edgy now. They had been there 2 hours waiting to get in that little room to see me.
And it is a boat. You don't
And
wanna
it's a
sink
ship, and
you
black
don't want
folks,
people getting mad.
And black folks drunk at midnight
Yeah.
on Friday. Okay, so there's like, well, we can't even turn them around and take them back to the main room because the people in the back will get the good seats.
Right.
Yeah.
And the people in the front going to be mad because they've been standing there 2 hours.
2 hours.
What we going to do?
Catch
They
22.
came up with the perfect solution, brother.
You just came out in the hallway.
They ran my show in every every room on Channel 13.
Wow.
And they ran it on the Lido deck.
Now that's a new one.
700 people laid on that Lido deck getting served drinks and food under the stars. They loved it, dude.
That's what's
Now
up.
let me tell you something that's deep about that. We've been on 4 Capital Jazz Super Cruises, and that's the first time that has ever happened.
Yeah.
And
It
I
is the first time.
And I even questioned before, why can't we see some of the shows in our room? And they're like, no, we want to bring you out. So that is a high five.
It was the first time, and one of the guys who was one of the
first time ever.
executives was on there, and he said, man, we never seen nothing like this. He said, we're going to start doing this. He said, we had to send 5 extra waitresses up to the Lido deck to serve them, and everybody loved it. They was like, we heard it with perfect sound on a big screen under the stars.
Well, here's the crazy thing. Did Patti LaBelle get mad?
Patty hadn't got there yet. Oh. Patty didn't get there till the next day. Patty and Sinbad, they got there the next day, you know.
Somebody might get mad for you shutting everything down.
But I got to shout out my favorite artist on there. She's become my best friend.
Okay.
Avery Sunshine.
Wow.
Y'all know Avery Sunshine?
I don't.
Oh, my, you know who she is?
I don't.
Oh, my God. Do you know who she is?
I've heard the name, but I've never seen her perform.
She sings so good, Patty didn't call her up. Patty called a lot of people up on stage.
Ooh.
She didn't call up Avery.
Oh.
Avery Sunshine is now opening for Fantasia
Okay.
all over the world.
I'm going to look her up.
Oh, you're going to love her. She
Okay.
is amazing. If y'all don't know her, go see Avery Sunshine. If you hear she in your town, run. Don't
All right.
walk.
Don't
Okay.
walk. They just got to get there. Well,
And
we
you
have.
just came
It's
back
worth
from
the wait.
Germany?
I just came back
Sprechen
from
Sie
Germany,
Deutsch,
Poland,
mein Herr?
all that stuff, man.
Oh, ich
Yeah.
love Deutsch. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Now, when we
love
come
Germany.
back, we're going to actually ask you about the president.
Oh, yeah, let's
Our
talk about
first
the
black
president.
president, has he performed according to your expectations?
That's the question we're asking our audience as well.
I can't
Absolutely.
believe we didn't bring the book.
Give us a
copy.
call. Well, we'll talk about that. So
get it.
so we have the question I'm asking now is, has President Obama performed according to your expectations? 323-284-7826. And on our way out, Sandra Hawkins says, personally, she doesn't like anyone using the N-word, but maybe that's because she's older. She says she even hates hearing it from the younger generation.
I'm sorry
We'll be
to hear
back.
that. I'm sorry to hear that.
Hey guys, listen up. Learn something.
Hey, that was a
26
good first
years of
segment.
marriage from 2 unique perspectives equals 52 years of relationship experience. It's time for Ask Marla and Dave. Answers to your questions about life, love, and relationship based on Marla and Dave's real life experience. It's about to get real. Ask Marla and Dave.
Okay, welcome to the Ask Marla and Dave break for the show. Now, Marla, I actually don't know what the Ask Marla and Dave question is today.
Because technically, Dave, last week I answered for you and me in your
Okay,
absence. So
okay.
all the questions are coming to me. So here's our Ask Marla and Dave question today. And we're going to also ask Michael Colyar to give a quick weigh-in on this. Someone writes and says, I've been dating a guy exclusively for 1 year. Recently, he asked me to tell him how many men that I had slept with before him. When I revealed the number, he ended our relationship.
Oh, my
Should
God.
the past history between two grown folk matter?
First, what was the number?
Yeah.
I want to know the number.
Well,
I would say kinda it should, but
Is
then
there
it
a number-
shouldn't.
is there
You
a
know,
number?
If you're offended by that, just say you should end the relationship before it
Mike,
starts.
what's your relationship ending number?
I want to, 17. 17. I'm cutting you off at 17.
16 is
give you
okay.
enough experience. Yeah, 16, you get the experience, the requisite experience, so we
There
can
you
do this
go.
thing right.
Right.
If you're under 13, I don't really want to talk to you because
Right,
I'm going to
'cause
have to teach you now. I'm going
Right.
to
Mike,
train
you
you.
don't,
You
you don't
take
want,
up
you
some of
don't
that
want- you don't
valuable
want the
time.
virgin?
Huh?
You don't want the
No, I don't want
seven
the virgin.
virgins?
That's too much work. That's too much work.
Wow, you know, and I
And then once you train them, then they run off to somebody else.
yeah,
so
see,
no,
take your knowledge and pass it on.
No, I would say I wouldn't tell though. I don't think that a woman should tell you that. I don't think a man should tell you that.
Then
I
that
don't-
means you shouldn't ask.
Yeah, you shouldn't ask. And plus, you shouldn't ask questions you really don't want to answer.
Why are you
for no
asking
way.
after a year?
Yeah, well,
Did things
I
get
would
loose and
say
sloppy and then you were like, hey.
if you mind the question, when the question is put forth, asserted, you should end it there or make it known that you're not going to tolerate
Question
that.
is
One or the other.
asserted. I like that word.
If you ask
know?
that, he meant to say insert. 'cause
Oh,
that's
insert
what he likes
it.
to say
Okay, that's
normally, but he messed that up. Anyway, no, he meant assert.
Keep
But-
hitting us up on our website www.marlandave.com. Hit
Don't
the
tell.
Ask Marla and Dave.
If you don't
page.
ask us, we
won't
can't tell you.
Don't tell.
Welcome back to the Marla and Dave radio show. Marla and Dave want to talk to you. Phone lines are open at 323-284-7826. 323-284-7826.
So we asked the question before we went to the last break. Has President Obama seems, in my opinion, to take a lot of heat for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not here to cast a political vote, but what I am saying...
I am.
What I am saying is he's now to blame for Ebola.
Everything.
He's
Duh.
right. So
World War II.
Whatever it is. So to me, this is my true assertion. I think that politics are a very strategic game.
Yep.
And Bush tore it down before Obama even got in office.
Oh, man.
Obama he seems to be the scapegoat, in my opinion. No matter what good he's done, including the healthcare reform, it's not going to matter because it's never going to be good enough, in my opinion. So you're not looking at anything that he's done to further, basically even to bring us out of not just we were almost back to a Great Depression. So the thing for me is I'm asking all of you, what do you think about President Obama and where has he failed you? Mr. Colyar, do you
He
feel
ain't never failed me. Let me tell you that right now. He hasn't failed me not one time. I'm proud of him. I think he's so awesome. He should be a superhero. I am shocked that he has not put on a cape and flown across the United States. He a bad motor scooter. Men love him. Women love him. I know women love him.
Miley Cyrus must love him. I know she's going to love him.
Oh, I want to twerk with her. But that's another story.
She loves everybody.
First thing I would say on this whole topic is if you don't like this president, just go on the internet and put in President Obama's accomplishments. That's all. Just read that. You'll be reading for 4 days.
You expect that the people who
Michael,
like him are reading and gonna just be rational with the actual.
The people that don't like him probably don't read. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Marla and Michael, that's why I'm mad at President Obama.
What?
Because he puts his cape and he tucks it in. He's done so much, almost everything on his list he has accomplished. But America as a whole doesn't really seem to know about it.
No,
He lets the Republicans actually put his light under a bushel, and we have no idea all the things that he's accomplished.
And I don't know how much letting he does. You know, you have to understand the people who run the media, those folks got the money. That's them Koch brothers and them. They run the media. They have told this country.
They run some of the media.
Most of the media.
Even so.
Most of it. And what they're doing is broadcasting the message over and over and over that Obama is nothing. They told you that health care was nothing, that it's a joke and you shouldn't take it. And because we listened, instead of 30 million people getting it, 8.5 got it. He only said he's going to get 7. They said it was a lie when he got to 2. 5, they said it was a fluke. Yeah. 8.5 million people now have health care who couldn't get it before. It would be 30 million if we didn't listen to the public. They're not right. They just loud.
But Michael, he's the president. He's the president of the United States, and anytime he wants to go on any network, I'm sure it's an open door.
Well, come on now, Dave. You can't.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
There's a political order. Period. Number one, and even people forget in the process of being president, your true power is to do what? Veto. So what I'm really saying is that when you all this stuff that you're talking about, first to me, I will say this is a mistake. Obama was so true and altruistic in his purpose that he didn't really assert when he had control. He was really a man who was trying to put his hand on both sides of the aisle
as an error.
That's what I'm saying.
They were gonna smack your hand because your hand is black.
He can't wait for Boehner to give him a thumbs up.
He should have stepped on everybody right up front. He should have smashed them when he had a chance.
With his cape?
Yes, with his cape.
Flown right over
when he had it. Because I'll tell you this: if Bush had killed Osama bin Laden, if he had
created
a health care bill that my mom and daddy could afford, if he had reinstated General Motors, and if he ended the illegal war he started in Iraq to cover his own behind for his mistakes with 9/11, his face would be on Mount Rushmore right now. President Obama has done that and so much more.
It would have been an amendment.
And it's not enough.
A new amendment would have come
because
to
there are
being.
no black rocks. They can't. That's why they didn't put him on Rushmore.
He could cure cancer and Ebola right now. They say that nigga started in the first place. It don't matter what he did.
Would that be ER or A?
That was with an A. That was with an A.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you what else I find interesting, Michael. I find it very interesting that this is the first president I've ever known of where the media does not call him Mr. President. They refer to him in many instances as Barack.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, whoa. Most people, that disrespect in itself for that office, for holding that office is amazing.
First. Rush Limbaugh said, I want the president to fail before he even got in office. When have you ever heard anyone so high in media say they want the president of the United States to fail? They ain't never said nothing like that. With a president, especially a new coming in, he only get away with that because he's a brother. The only way you can shoot a monkey and say we need a new president is because he's a brother. How you think a guy with a gun got on the elevator with the president.
Yeah,
you think that would have happened with a white president? He need to have the FOI through the Islam security. How you think some people got over the fence and went into the White House?
Dave,
if that was a white president, they would have shot him on the lawn. How you walk through the door?
He would have been electrocuted. He would have been electrocuted.
That's another story. They would have shot. If he was black, he would have been shot automatically, no matter what.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyway,
please.
But Sandra Hawkins in our chat room says, after all those years under Bush, we are so much better now than then. People have short memories. We were almost under depression. Now the country is flourishing. He hasn't failed me either.
That's right. Hey, y'all know I got a book. Let me put it out there right now while we're on this topic. It's on the president. It's called A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the White House. I knocked on the door and a brother answered. Y'all can go to my webpage and get that. Go to my email, comicking123@aol.com. You're going to love the book. I ain't going to do no whole segment on it because I didn't bring the book because I didn't know we was going to get to that.
Oh, we could do anything.
Great book.
Well, what's the website? Tell us the website as well.
The website is The Real Michael Colyar, Colyar, or you can go on, what is it called? MIP Tags, MIPTAGS. If you go to MIP Tags and just put in MC2, you get every one of my sites at once. So you don't have to go all over the place looking for sites.
There you go. Well,
say that one more time. MIP Tag?
MIP Tags. You just go to MIPTags.com and then you just put in MC2.
Tony,
all my stuff. It's one-stop shopping.
Did you know
Tony,
about
can we
MIP-Tag?
right quick? Can we put up Michael's website as well? Sure. There you go.
Well, put my email because I answer that quicker. Put up.
You do?
Comic King 123.
What do you respond to quickest, Michael? Text, phone calls, or emails?
Text.
Really?
Text and then emails. People don't really call me. I don't really answer the phone that much.
Really?
I have an assistant for that. I do that type of thing.
Well, Mr. Assistant, which do you answer more?
I got too many brothers who call on that phone. I'd see their hand come out the phone as soon as it opened.
That is hilarious. Well, you know what? That's a very interesting perspective, and I think that it opens our minds, much like, I've been having several conversations with several of my friends, even about the N-word, and I talk about the difference of the crust of who we are as a people, as a general people altogether, no color, and the core, which is the core of our actual issues where we're broken at the deepest level, which is we're gonna get into as we go on, but talking about even the riots and the issues that are going on. And my friend asked me today, who happens to be white, she was basically giving me this advice, and I said, first of all, this is not actually your issue to fix, because you're in the trust issue is broken at such a deep level that, to me, it's going to take a compassion, number one, and it's going to take coming from a position of power, politics, law enforcement, to actually earn. It's not our job, in my opinion, I'm looking right at the camera, to actually earn or to deal with a certain trust issue. In other words, like I said, it's like the Indians. You're saying it's all good. We love you. We're all the same from general people. But in reality, when Indians took in the pioneers that came, or the settlers, the pilgrims, they said, "Oh, we're all good. Our land is your land. It's our bounty." And then you kicked their ass, essentially.
Killed them, gave them poison blankets, gave them the wrong
and wrote
food.
up deeds. So what I'm really saying is that compassion has to come from power. And it has to happen over a long period of time for there to be a true trust in the core of our community to really deal with the issue.
Shakespeare said it first. We got to kill the lawyers. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just my brain was like, do I have lawyers in my family? Are they dropping dead as we speak?
Oh my goodness.
We'll be right back. We want to have more with Michael Colyar.
Be right back.
It's time for the Marla and Dave Doghouse. Marla has something that should put Dave in the doghouse. Dave has something that should put Marla in the doghouse. You decide who gets a biscuit and who gets busted and ends up in the doghouse.
Turn the whole entire house like.
Well, okay, so this is the doghouse. Now, I was alluding to it earlier, but I just got back from tour with my group Take 6. We were in Eastern Europe. We traveled every morning to a new city.
Why are you starting?
And then I'm supposed to be able to at least take a nap. And then I'm supposed to do the show and then get back, get some rest, and hit it again the next day.
So you wanted a nap, so Tony's
in the meantime, Marla and our daughter Monique were like, hey, you know what? I want to release a song for Christmas. I need you to produce that, mix it, and get it ready to go. I had to do that. Then Marla's actually saying, "Oh, we got to get the document to Tony." Then I'm doing the document. I didn't sleep 1 hour.
Okay, that's not doghouse worthy.
No, that's doghouse worthy.
Excuse me, you need better time management. Here's why you should be in the
There
doghouse.
is no way to manage a time when every second of your time is accounted for.
Let me read through some of these things. You should be in the doghouse because you left. There's a washer that's broken on my hot water in the bathroom. When you left, first of all, there's a list of things. I had to drink halfway purified water because you did not replace the water thing. All the little manly things. By the way, there's 2 weeks worth of trash in the outside trash can.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say that my studio/office shares a door with the garage where Marla failed to take out the garbage, and now my studio stinks.
I hired an assistant.
Yeah, well, he might need to stop by and hook Marla up as well.
So it's your vote, guys. Dave left a lot of man deeds undone and went out of the country. And Dave, you left me in Mexico and flew off to Europe, and I had to hire a young boy.
I left you in beautiful Mexico.
Wow.
And I had to hire a young guy to babysit me.
How
Who
painful
does
is that?
That hurt.
Wow.
I hated that young guy with that six-pack.
You deserve to be in the doghouse for that alone.
What's the action?
You'll laugh. You'll learn. You'll love. You'll get mad.
Shut up!
You'll get happy. But you won't be bored. This is the Marla and Dave radio show on the Universal Broadcast Network.
All right, well, let's turn the corner.
First up, we got to ask Mr. Collier, can you turn a hoe into a housewife? Can you do it?
I don't know. I've been busy trying to turn my housewife into a hoe. Once I work that out, I'm going to get back with
you. We do need both. Anyway, so we're going to turn the corner. We're going to ask Michael here, is rioting the solution to our problems as people of color?
No. We have to figure out a way to punish these so-called protectors of the law who are killing us left and right with impunity. That's what we have to figure out. But rioting is never the cure, mainly because we seem to only riot in our own neighborhood. I mean, you don't impress me by tearing up Compton. You impress me if you go across Wilshire. Go on over to Beverly Hills and tear something up. Of course, that riot will last about 4 minutes, okay? But no.
What do you think would happen if they rioted in Beverly? Remember when they had the one time with
they mama. Everybody dying right now if you cross that line.
You're not even going to get a chance to riot. If 7 of you show up at the same time looking like you're into mischief, you're already in jail.
If 7 of you run over there and scream riot, they're going to whoop your ass. I can tell you that right now. It ain't going to happen, and we know it's not going to happen. So instead, we stand in our own neighborhoods and destroy our neighborhoods. And then when the riot's over, now we got to try to repiece the neighborhood together. We're not going to get government fundings from it. The thing is, that's when we're supposed to pull together. That's when we're supposed to be a people and say, hey, this is wrong, and let's march over across the line and find a peaceful solution to get the things we need. One of them is economic. Always economic. Don't buy from the people that hurt us. For me, Black Friday meant I ain't buying nothing from nobody except black people. I wasn't buying nothing on Black Friday. I was trying to do it economically, and we do have our own stuff to purchase.
Can you say that again?
How many black-owned grocery stores are in the neighborhood, though?
I want him
more than you know.
I want him to say that because to me, it is really not even a matter in a lot of cases of black and white. I call it the issue of green and silver, change in dollars.
Economic.
And we spend on retail more money at large as black people than almost any other
black people and the
per capita.
Blacks and Mexicans, we spending all the money and on stuff we don't even need.
Absolutely.
And they jack it up 300% and slash 100% right off there for you. Go on in there and get it now. So 200% instead of 100% and make you think it's a sale. And I don't know why they put black on it. It's the only time they call something black that's positive.
Right.
Generally, if it's black, you know it's wrong. You going to a funeral, everybody wearing black. You going to the wedding, everybody wearing white.
Yeah.
If it's the bad cowboy rides in with the black and the black hat, the good cowboy, he comes in, he's got on the white.
Lone Ranger's wearing white.
Yeah, you going to the funeral in black, you going to the wedding in white. It's always negative black. When the bees kill somebody. Oh, nice African bees. How come it's got to be the damn African bees? It's crazy. So when the first time they say Black Friday, I was like, what's wrong with the Friday?
You do know that honeybees, though, represent cereal that America loves. The honeybee is the honey nut bee. Yeah. So he couldn't kill.
Right.
So African is, blacks are,
they put it all on us. Just like they put it all on my president. You are all right with me, President Obama. You are all right. I don't give a damn what
Have you been invited to the White House yet?
And nappy head Cornel West got to say, you all right with me. me. No, I drove past it twice though. But you know
Good
what?
thing you didn't try to actually get in.
The book, anybody can get in. Anybody can get in right now. You just walk on in. You know, the only reason they even call him is because he ran into somebody else who broke in further into the building. But the book. Funny thing happened on the way to the White House. I knocked on the door and the brother answered. The book actually got into his hands 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah, a friend of mine named Jedediah Brown in Chicago was on a dais with him and knew he was going to be there.
Okay.
And stood up and stopped him and handed him the book and said, Michael Colyar wrote this book about you. He looked at it and laughed and said, oh, I know Michael Colyar.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, whoa, I don't know him, but he know me. So that's all I care about right now.
Just a matter of time.
That's right.
Now, let me actually change subjects right quick. Okay. Marla, the first time ever we're both in the doghouse. Uh-oh.
You know what, Dave? This is the problem. You have your own little merry band of music lovers. And Sandra Hawkins, she's a Take Six fan. And so if she puts you in the doghouse, what if you can no longer entertain her musically because you're so shut down? So she has to give you you got a biscuit pass. That's what she did right there.
So did you not hear me correctly? We're both in the doghouse.
You hear what I'm saying?
How did y'all both get in though?
That because people are voting on who goes in, and I'm just letting you know that one of the things that I see here is that Sandra Hawkins says that we should both be in there, and that's because she could not dare bury her a cappella superhero. That's why. That's why Sandra, I'm talking to you. You don't want to bury Dave.
The funny thing about it is if some kind of way there's a extenuating circumstances as to why you should never be in the doghouse.
Can I ask you a question?
Ironically, you're always in the doghouse.
Do you trust
lately.
Michael Colyar?
Of course.
I do too. Michael?
That's scary.
Michael, shut the door on the doghouse.
Okay.
You've heard both of the issues.
My studio stinks, Mike.
Dave
You want new music?
He left a lot of man deeds undone for his poor, helpless wife.
Man deeds, Michael.
Should I be with the
I
two
don't
belt?
think it's fair that you call on me because I'm definitely going to let
Michael,
him out the doghouse because
Thank you.
I live in that same situation where I'm going every day. So I have to have people do that stuff. I don't put no water on the thing. I don't cut no grass. I don't do none of that. I don't have nothing against work. I can watch other people do it all day long.
But your person is an assistant, so you're in the doghouse too.
Oh, I'm
okay,
in the doghouse.
Hey, wait. Here's what she didn't even say. I was getting calls in Europe on my cell phone because Marla wasn't picking up for the housekeeper who was trying to come to the house and do the same thing.
Mexico having margaritas
with the pool boy.
Girls.
With the pool boy.
There it is.
Jeez.
Who's in the doghouse now?
You know what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I won't be barking. I'm going to tell y'all that right up in this piece right here. So anyway, so yes. So I got to just come off. I got to fly again off topic.
All right.
Talk to me about where we are with pop culture and the things that we as a community entertain ourselves with. What do you think about it? Do you think that we're moving to any level of consciousness, or do you think that we're kind of just degrade? Okay.
No, we're not working. We're going towards mechanicalism. We want everything else to think for us and do it for us. I went in the bathroom the other day. Everything in the bathroom is electronic. It's automatic. You know,
do they have electronic
the soap
shakers?
Comes out. It wash your hands with water. The thing comes out. I didn't want to pee because
a hand might come out.
It flushed the toilet. Now, if it's a sensor that can see when you through, so it can flush, it can see your dingling. So I'm sitting here. I'm trying to hide. I done peed all on my shoes, and everything is automatic. You go to the store, they want you to bag your own groceries. I mean, everything is so automatic that we've got out of touch with thinking and with reading, and libraries are becoming no longer existent. We don't even need a library.
But don't you find that the technology has progression, has a place?
But that place has a big price, you know, and it's taking away our humanity. We're losing humanity, and we're using the ability to have critical thinking. Mm-hmm. We don't have to think no more because we just have. I don't know a phone number. Let me tell you that right now. If I don't look at my phone, I don't know a phone. I know my mama's phone number. That's it. My mom been dead 6 years. That's the only phone number I know. But she ain't dead in my heart. She only transcended. But yeah, because she's here every day. I talk to my mama every day. Of course, if I hear her talk back, I will be getting professional help. But I'm just saying, I don't know nobody's number because I count on the phone all the time. My phone break, I just burst into tears because I don't know how I'm gonna reach them.
The name pops up on the phone. That's all you need to know.
It's called backing your up.
Yep. And I did that after I lost my numbers 4 times.
Yeah.
So I'm just
took 4 times to back it up.
It took me 4 times to get it. I had it backed up once by writing it all.
Okay.
But then I couldn't find the paper. And now I realize that they'll put it on the sky.
I want to look at my audience again and say to my audience, do you see what happens when you put technology in the hands of mature people. I'm just saying. So what else, Dave? Let's hit Michael with any and everything
Come
at this
on with
point.
it.
Let's just throw it at him.
Is there now that you're big time, would you ever hit the beach again just for old time's sake?
I am not big time. First of all, I'm still working on it. My big time current hero in the big time arena is Steve Harvey. Okay. And not because he is the funniest comic in the world, but he is funny. But he's the smartest that I've seen. He has turned himself into a king of comedy for real. And I just read he's worth $100 million. Now, once I get $100 million, I quit. Okay? I quit. But you ain't going to find me nowhere. They said, we saw him over at the mall. He was shopping. I quit.
But for fun, would you hit the beach? Just for old time's sake?
No. If I could work it out, and that's what I'm trying to do now, I'd like to go back to Venice and do a 1-hour concert live on my spot, just like I used to do. I wouldn't set it up or nothing. I wouldn't tell audiences to come. I would just show up with the camera.
That sounds like HBO.
Yeah,
that sounds like Showtime.
Or Showtime. I'd love to do that, man.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
You were already a fire hazard. What do you think?
That's what I'm saying.
You showing back up there today is going to be, folks going to be going, they're going to think it's a protest.
Well, we did it once for 30 minutes through HBO. All we got to do is extend that thing, and I'm talking about an award-winning show.
Can you not lose my number before that point? Because I actually would like to be there.
You got to be there.
Can you write
Samuel
it down?
Jackson said if I do it, I better call him, else he going to jump on me. So I want to do it.
I'm not mad. We got to do that for sure.
Yay.
It's time to play the Marla and Dave Love Game.
Oh,
Here are Marla and Dave to explain how it works.
I've been explaining it for a long time because Dave's been gone. So here's what the Marla and Dave.
1 week?
You know what, Dave? When you're not here, I forget.
The Marla and Dave, the Mad Love Game, is a game, of course, created by Marla and I. It has 3 categories: communication, finance, and sex. The 3 major issues in any relationship.
Nice.
It's played by rolling a single die. Some people say dice. It's actually a die.
It is a die.
And it has the 3 categories, and it has the wild sign. The Marla and Dave logo is the wild sign. I'm going to pass this over to you, Mr. Michael.
Please let me roll that thing.
Let you roll this dice.
I don't want you to
die.
Die. Oh, yeah. See, I'm messing up already.
This isn't the street, though, so I don't want you like, hey, lucky seven.
Gotta have it, baby. These new pair of shoes. And now, when it lands, what do we do to you?
You tell us the category, and then we're going to answer the question. We're going to go.
Alrighty, here we go. Pow!
It's on communication.
Communication.
You should shuffle, Dave.
How you know that's communication?
Because
that's the.
Oh, that's somebody talking.
Yeah,
that's communication. We look at y'all. Look at here. And that's communication.
So the
right
2
there.
people who are doing like this on the die, that's sex. No, I'm just kidding.
So here's the communication question for the day. What's the best way to make up in your relationship after an argument? Go ahead, Mike. Give it a
Gifts. Gifts are the best way. You know, if your woman mad at you and she come home and the house has nice gifts everywhere, I do it with cards. I'll have cards leading all the way into the bedroom. The bubble bath is already ready. I'll have her favorite beverage there. Maybe roll one of them fancy cigarettes without the writing on the side. Make sure she got the soft linen and the incense. A massage is coming with that nice oil to just tantalize the body. I'm going to have on her favorite music, and I'm going to apologize. I don't even care if I was right.
Okay.
I'm going to apologize.
Now, let me just say that
Can
we actually
insertion?
did the research.
Can I just say
insertion is a beautiful thing, but if you do all the rest of the stuff I said, insertion is a definite.
or just be
it's
naked.
A given, huh?
Just be naked. You can
butt
start
naked, butt naked ain't good enough. Men really like little lingerie because
little fantasy.
Butt naked is the destination. It is the journey that we're looking for.
I ain't mad.
Well, we actually researched and get most of our answers from the PEW Research Center.
I don't know who that is.
And
but
you're half right.
Okay.
And the actual best way that the research has shown is just simply apologize for your mistake. So that's where you ended up. But all the rest of the stuff is pretty good too.
Yeah, apology and gift. What?
And the insertion. So here's
especially the insertion.
Here's the question that we have. You usually have the question, the answer, and then for fun, when you play this with your friends, there's a question for further discussion. That's where all the fun comes up.
All right.
Now, the further discussion question is makeup sex a good habit?
It depends on how mad you are. He could hurt you. Careful, ladies.
I think all sex is a good habit.
Okay.
Makeup, breakup, I don't like your mama, whatever kind of sex is all right.
We'll take it. Thanks for playing the Mad Love Game.
Thanks for playing the Mad Love. And you have won.
I never do anything without thinking about it first.
Marla is a feeler.
I basically wear my personality on my sleeve.
But when Marla and Dave get together, it's like a match dancing with a firecracker. This is the Marla and Dave radio show on the Universal Broadcast Network.
It's time to deal with our M.a.D poll question. So we talked to Michael Colyar, Mr. Colyar, King Comic right here, and we asked him at the opening of the show, and now we've also made this our poll question. Have non-blacks gotten too comfortable with the N-word? Dave, the answers were this: no, hashtag universal slang, or yes, hashtag off limits.
The first time this has ever happened on the Marla and Dave show, 100%.
History.
All the votes were for yes. They're too comfortable, hashtag off limits. Get off my N-word.
Nigga, please.
Okay, so
I agree.
Here's next week's poll question. Here's the question for everybody out there listening. Do you think, especially with the recent allegations against Bill Cosby, do you think that rape should have a statute of limitations? Hashtag no limits or hashtag time sensitive? That's what you're answering. It'll be right on the Marla and Dave.
You know, I had a Bill Cosby experience myself. He manhandled me. I'm gonna tell you what happened. This was 1964, and I went to his office because I wanted to get on I Spy, and he had a bunch of interns sitting on the couch. I joined them. He gave us a little fancy wine and some Jell-O pudding pops, and I got kind of woozy.
The pudding pops?
I got woozy. I know I got woozy, and when I woke up, I was back at my house in a G-string with some flip-flops, and I had a copy of A Different World in my hand. I don't know what happened. I don't remember what happened.
Oh, my goodness.
But it's true. The truth about Bill Cosby's coming. You know, I did a piece like that on the internet. So far, I have 38,000 hits on it. And I don't do that because I do not think that rape is funny, and I won't joke about that.
Right.
I don't laugh at that, and that's not my point. My point is, how is that the biggest news in the world when the police are killing young black men in the street without impunity every day? When in Chicago, 8 to 10 black boys are getting shot down and killed every
Don't even
week.
make the news.
They don't even make the news. July 4th, they killed 19 and shot 90.
Wow.
And that's not the news. We have one of the greatest presidents this country has ever seen, and the only news we hear about it is the stuff that ain't working for him. But that story about Bill Cosby that happened 1,477 years ago is the biggest news of the day. That's what's funny.
That's
to
the problem.
Because I don't know if he did it. If he did it, they need to burn his black ass. But if he didn't do it, they need to shut the hell up and let him get back to his family and his life.
There you go. www.marlandave.com is where you find the poll question. Stop by, answer it. We need to hear from you.
Jump on that poll.
Can you handle the truth? This is modern American dialogue in a mad world from two unique, fresh, transparent perspectives. This is the Marla and Dave radio show.
So, Mr. Colyar, we're gonna wrap.
Well, can I tell you the stuff I'm doing?
I was gonna say.
Good.
I want to. Let's hear it. You got our
I
full
have so
attention.
much fun with y'all. This show too short. We can't do this in no hour. We need more time than this. And I ain't never been on a show where everybody's cool and the white guy had to be quiet the whole damn time. I love it. The white guy's quiet, but he controlling shit. So we still status quo.
This is what we like to say. Sorry, Tony. But
Sorry. Tony is great. Thank you, Tony. Okay, you know I don't like to talk about a thing unless I'm going to do something about a thing. So I talk about our situation in Chicago where they're killing these brothers all the time. So I am creating a music video to try to turn around the black on black murders. It's a story that I've written. It's off the chain, and I'm incorporating all this great musical talent from Chicago.
Okay.
So far, Twister is on it.
Nice.
The Brat is on it.
Love it.
An artist named New Sense, who they're calling the hottest young up-and-coming rapper there. GLC is on it. I even got Chubb Rock from New York.
Wow.
But we're going after trying to get Common on it, Lupe Fiasco, Ludacris, and even Chief Keef with his bad ass.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
You know, because we want everybody to be able to tell this story, and this story reminds us who we are, that we come from kings and queens. So we're not just saying lay the guns down. We're saying remember who you are, and every single penny from this is going to build musical foundations and studios so inner city kids in Chicago can learn how to create music videos, and they become the young Jay-Z's of the day.
Okay.
Nice. And let's segue there because I know that you're very conscious and you have a lot of very valuable and noteworthy causes. We asked you today to make your charity choice our M.a.D monthly charity. Please share with us what that is.
That is Minority AIDS in Chicago, the Minority AIDS Foundation in Los Angeles. Minority AIDS.
Now, is that
Los
the
Angeles.
Minority AIDS Project of Los Angeles or the foundation?
The foundation.
Okay.
The
So
foundation.
we'll-
They can split it. I ain't mad.
We'll put that information up on our website. Again, that's our monthly M.a.D charity.
Yeah.
So all month long, we'll be reminding you guys, please join the Marla and Dave love to be able to bring charitable causes and attention to things that matter. And so we're glad that Michael Colyar could do that.
Can I
Go
scream
ahead.
up our last three
Yes.
items? Michael's Madhouse is a new new variety, is a new sitcom that I created. Michael's Madhouse.
Okay.
You'll be seeing that soon. This Wednesday, they're dropping my 1 hour special on
Nice.
Bounce TV. It's called Off the Chain. It's totally clean, 1 hour.
Nice.
This Friday, they're dropping my first album on iTunes called Michael Colyar is Back. And then I'm also doing 1 hour comedy special, iTunes. Okay, I think that's all I got. I'm hireable, people. I just want you to know I do weddings, divorces, Passover, hangovers. I do a party in the phone booth if you promise to call. I take green step, food step, Canadian money. I take your bus transfer if it's got some time left on it. That's at Michael Colyar, COLYAR.com, MichaelColyar.com.
We want to thank our guest, Michael Colyar, for stopping by. And as usual,
And remind you to join us next week. Same time, same place.
station.
it's a mad world.
And we're here to talk about it.
Thank you.
See you next week.